Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I just want to go over this Mech Mage build real quick. Gameplay is on another video. I'll have the link in my description below. It's pretty simple. As you see, it's a pretty low cost deck. The highest is the mothership, and half the time I don't even use her before it's game over. So the key card to this is really the Mecha Shark. You could get some other stuff with this guy because he discovers a mech. I have had it discover a mecha shark, which can be nice because typically once you put that shark out, he becomes target number one because the other player sees what's going on. So ideally you don't want to lay him out on like turn 3 or 4 because you want to get him out, hopefully reduced cost using your gateway and sea scout reduced. That way you can lay your shark and then lay a sea scout and the shark will trigger 3 times. So that's 9 damage right there, and depending on if they get a board full of minions or if they have an empty board, it can be handy many ways. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through this. So we got the mothership, like I was saying. That's kind of just a, I don't know, a cherry on the top, I guess, because you don't really need it for the kill, but it does have it comes in handy, so it does have its uses. Yeah, we went over these 3 cards. These 3 are kind of, you want to use them together, or not together, but the Mecha Shark and the Sea Scout ideally should be in your hand when you use this one, because it obviously reduces the cost of your mechs. So if you can get your Mecha Shark and the Sea Scout down to a 1 cost, then that would be great. And then you got the Gorilla Bot who discovers. Discoveries are always amazing because you're discovering a card that's not in your deck. It could actually be a card that you don't even own. So I've had, so random cards where I'm discovering a card that I've seen others use and wanted to try it out, or maybe sometimes you get a card that you don't think would really work that well and it ends up turning out to actually play in your favor. So the discovery cards can be very handy. You got the Gorilla Bot, and then there's one more up here. We'll get up there in a minute. This guy's handy to freeze stuff, and then when you draw a spell, the only disadvantage here is that Frozen Touch is not the only spell in here. I have actually drawn something else that wasn't a frozen spell. Yes, that one right there. So you do have a bad chance of, because unfortunately there's 2 of these in there and there's only 1 Frozen Touch. So you got bad odds of actually getting this and then not getting your 2 frost minions there, the 1/1 elements that freeze. But the handy thing is having this, because if you do get this spell, then you can reduce the cost of your mechs. So it's, I don't know, it's a win-lose, I guess. Just hopefully you're not playing it looking for that Frozen Touch, or depending on your 2/1/1s. You have the Sweeper, always nice. He puts the Sunken Sweeper on the bottom of your deck, and he's also a mech. I think this is the only mech or non-mech that's in here, but we'll double check that. That's always nice because you're dredging. If you can dredge from the bottom, or obviously you dredge from the bottom, but if you could play this guy first and then dredge, then you could get your Sunken Sweeper. So this one's also very handy for if you have the automation and then play the Sea Scout, he'll actually get 3 ticks of the 1/1. So that's another one to keep in mind, and also another one to keep for maybe like later in the game when you can lay down 2 or 3 mechs and get him built up where they don't just kill him on the next turn. So here we do have another non-mech, but it does discover a spell, and you know how the game goes. It could be very situational, so this is kind of like that, when you kind of don't know what you want to do for your turn, this card can come in handy for that. If you got like a spell you're hoping to get, maybe you'll get it. And then the Frozen Touch. I personally usually get it infused. That way I can add another frozen touch to my hand. And then you are also going through a bunch of mechs, so it should infuse pretty quick. And then another discovery. That's, like I said, always nice because you're discovering something that's not in your deck. So, and it adds to your, as you see, it's a small deck. A lot of people are playing the 40 cards now, and it'll add to that count. Just pretty basic here. Taunt, Divine Shield. It's nice to get him out early. And here's another discovery. Make sure you discover a mech and not an elemental. I mean, I guess you can if you wanted to, but the mechs are what this deck goes around. So, and then these are just some early cost. Get it out, get your deck moving, because the faster you can get this deck to move, hopefully you get that killing blow quicker. Unfortunately, if you get to like much after turn 6, it's really not in your favor anymore because it's such a small and fast deck that it's not really that powerful. Not saying I've never won after turn 6 with this, but it's just not, it's not very good for the end game. You want to get him early. And then this guy, he can be very handy because he's got his Divine Shield, so you can keep him out. You know, lay him on turn 1, he buffs a mech in your hand, and then he's got Divine Shield, so if they attack it with something, hopefully they don't have something else, and you can at least get one attack in with it. But, you know, sometimes if you're going first, then they got the coin, and they can do two moves to get rid of the shield and the creature itself. So, but there's the deck, guys. I will put a link for the play in the description, and you guys can see how it works, and you can decide if you want to use it or not. It's not the strongest. It's definitely not very strong, but it's fun. It's very fun to play, and it's cheap. As you see, there's no legendaries in here, so it's extremely cheap and easy to put together. And I believe this was another wild deck. No, actually, this is a standard deck, so you can play this in rank standard. Yep, that's a standard deck. So, good luck, guys, and let me know how it goes for you. Thanks for watching.